The need for speed, the pursuit of faster, it's what drives a lot of mountain bikers. Whether it be for KOMs or QOMs, they're switching out components for something lighter, something stiffer, all, well, actually probably just to get more faster. But what if you're like me, you're not aiming for the top step? Which matters more, going fast or having fun? Of course, if you're a racer and your job literally depends on getting from the start line to the finish line faster, whether that be cross-country, enduro or downhill, then yeah, all of this tech and all of this need for speed of going faster, well, it's really important. I completely get that. And I actually really love the sort of like selfish, singular goal that many racers can have, which is, well, just to race as quick as they can. Now, you might have guessed that I'm not a racer myself, but I've got a background in racing, but not between the tapes. I was wrenching on bikes and making bikes work really well for those super singular focused people, the racers. And I get it, it makes sense. It is their job to go really fast. But I think there's lots more to love in mountain biking that's not just about going fast. I don't think I'm alone. Okay, you've made it this far. I think we've got a bit in common, and that means that you think that fun is more important than faster. And, well, I agree, but fun is a broad term. Well, it's lots of different things for lots of different people, and one person's fun can be somebody else's, well, near nightmare. So I think we need to define what fun is. Defining fun. That doesn't sound fun, does it? Maybe we need a pie chart with all the different funs in. Maybe your fun is clearing tech trails more easily. Okay, I mean, that almost sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? We're making your bike and life easier to ride the hard stuff which you find fun. Anyway, we can do that. That's a fun, definitely. We can put it on the chart. Maybe your fun is the kind of traditional clunker manifesto of no concrete, no cars, no cops. I'm pretty sure we can definitely put that on the fun chart. Maybe your fun side is just a lighter side of trail riding, like almost flat bar gravel. I'm sure we can put that on there too. Okay, I think that's really coming together. It's a really good definition of fun. But here's the thing with fun. That's my definition of fun. Yours is going to be completely different, isn't it? And the whole idea of making a chart that's fun is so unfun. Yeah, you don't need that, but define your own fun and work it out. It doesn't always have to be faster. Okay, if your fun is steep and deep and gnarly tech trails, which I'll admit are kind of on the edge of my sort of fun, but I do like them. One thing that really... Okay, I'm going to commit. One thing that really pisses me off is people on clips. Yes, if you're a racer, there's a real advantage to clips in the right circumstances. You can pedal more and there's, better power transfer. But if you're having fun and you're riding steep stuff, sack off the clips. Just go to flats. Clips have definitely got their place, and I really like them. I've been a long-time clip fan for, well, a long time. But for me, if you're having fun on really steep technical trails where you're always balancing just being able to make it down a section or being on the bike, then why bother with the extra kind of clippy-inness of clip-in pedals? Flats offer great grip, lots of traction, and the ability to hover a foot round the inside of an apex or dab here or dab there. And if you're riding on really steep stuff where it's meant to be fun, well, bring back the fun with flats. Okay, so you're part of the OG mountain bike crew. Like the originals, you're away from cops, you're away from cars, you're away from concrete. You're in the great outdoors. Well, what can we learn? I think we can learn from bike packers and cross-country racers because they're really efficient and really smooth on the go. No, I'm not suggesting you put a heart rate monitor on or start weighing your food, but there's stuff that we can still learn. Those original mountain bikers have got a really good thing going, and that was, well, using the bike as a medium for exploration. And we've got modern riders and racers doing that now as well, that we can lean into and make sure that our fun outdoors is, well, fun. I guess a big thing about being outside is that weather can change, so making sure that you've got the right layers, and be those thermal insulating layers or waterproof, it's really important. Insulating layers can be really light, so again, the bike packers, where they put the bags on the bikes because it's light, doesn't really affect the handling, can be a really good thing, something to mimic for your fun. I think another thing that the bike packers do, which I think is really important, is choose comfort over style or anything else. So if they find a grip or a saddle that's really functional and supports their hand better for those longer rides, well, being comfortable is more fun, isn't it? Great, I got through all of that without mentioning flat bar gravel. Damn it. Still stalling out, still looking for more fun? Well, one way of finding fun and just resetting and getting very zen is, well, an overnighter. You might not have to pack loads and loads of kit. You'll be surprised at how little kit you'll be able to get away with. A sleep sheet, maybe a sleep mat, definitely a sleeping bag or a quilt, and, well, somewhere to hide down, maybe a bivvy if it's going to be wet. But with good weather, you'll be surprised at how little kit you need. And an overnighter, just seeing the sun dip down behind the horizon and the sun pop up the next day, it can be amazing. So you're not down with the Chills and Hills crew, you're not down with the OG mountain bike vibe. That's okay, we can still find fun together. I think sometimes it's easy to get into a bit of a rut with riding, and then, well, there's no fun at all. But Missy, not Missy Jove, Missy the rapper, has got some really good advice, which is flip it and reverse it. Try your local loop, but in reverse. It's genuinely game-changing. You might be able to find lots more fun. Other things that are fun. Well, I guess just getting an OS map. Okay, that's the benchmark here in the UK of a topographical map, Topo map. And that's like looking around where your local trails are and finding those extra little threads and maybe the connectors that join stuff up. That can be really fun. You're looking at fresh trails. Okay, I can't believe I'm going to say this on tech. Might get blacklisted for this. I'm going to go for it anyway. It's going single speed. Taking gears, taking bits of your bike off to make the ride, well, Jonesy will really hate me on GMBN for saying it, but purer. You're thinking about less things. Well, you'll be thinking about how much your legs are in pain and how horrible all the slightest inclines are, and you'll be finding out about all the downhill bits where actually you do pedal quite a lot even though you don't think you pedal that much. But single speed, where you've just got one gear, can be really, really fun. The bike cave, the garage, the inner sanctum. I've got to say, I love just tinkering with bikes. I think I agree with Calvin Jones from Part Tool, and he said that, well, he gets almost as much joy from fixing bikes and fettling with bikes than he does with riding them. And I think I'm getting there. It's really fun to make something work again. And with bikes, there's always something to tinker on. Yep, my workbench is not immaculate. It's filling up with bike bits, but I will use them. Well, I mean, you could say the whole space is filling up with bike bits, but there's a project in the back of my mind that I will use them for sometime soon. The rigid 29er QR front fork. Yeah, maybe that's a tricky project to build around, but I will. I get a great sense of satisfaction from resurrecting a bike that I've put, well, maybe not loads and loads of miles on, but I've damaged it or bent it or done something to it that needs fixing. And yeah, servicing something, whether it be pedals or a drivetrain, it's just so satisfying. For me, it's part of mountain biking. Part and parcel of learning how to mountain bike is, well, improving your skills. It's a fundamental, really, of just increasing what you can do. And I guess the kids call it jibbing. I'd call it skids and wheelies. But there's a joy and there's a fun in that of just, well, learning how to wheelie. And you can apply it to the trail in terms of it can make you a better rider. But I think just staying and keeping enjoying the fun is core. And a good example would be someone like Josh Bryson, who was at the pinnacle of racing. He won the overall in the Downhill World Cup in, I think, maybe 2014. He's incredibly fast, but he pretty much sacked it all off just to have fun. Okay, the high bars came on. He sacked off the skinny, tight race kit and then also put flats on. And he did race flats initially, but he was on clips when he was winning a lot, just for the record. So, yeah, just go out and enjoy riding a bike. I guess a really good point is that you don't have to have the most exciting, the most expensive, the most technologically advanced bike. just to improve your skills on any of your other bikes. So yeah, just get out and do some wheelies. As we discussed at the top of the video, defining fun is, well, very, very individual. Because my fun, well, there'll be a crossover with what you find fun, but you'll have other bits of fun that you find really interesting. And for me, that's why mountain biking is so amazing, and why I love it so much, is that, well, I can tailor it to the things that I find fun and I find enjoyable. I'm not sure what your fun is, but let me know in the comments, let me find out. I think what we should be is very mindful about if you've got a certain fun and somebody else has got a slightly different fun, well, as long as that fun, be it train spotting or being a Cat 4 roadie, as long as it's not hurting anyone apart from themselves, just leave them be. Let them go. And remember, all those really fast folk, well, actually, they're the losers. Do you know why? If you're racing, you're all losers, apart from the bloke or lady who finishes first. So, pack in the fun, not the fast.